Hello and welcome back to the weekly Cars.co.za news. I'm David Taylor, and in today's episode we have pricing for the 222 kilowatt Volkswagen Amarok petrol. BMW South Africa announces a pair of Homage tribute models, plus all the latest news regarding the Chinese car factories in South Africa. And before I get into this week's news episode, let me just remind you, Cars.co.za, we're not just a cool YouTube channel, we actually sell cars. Right now there are over 85,000 vehicles for sale on the website. And the app, it's your choice really. Right, music.
I've gone corporate. So buckle up, my friends. Cars.co.za is here to help you find what moves you. Cars.co.za, Cars.co.za.
Right, first story for the week, and yes, you heard correctly, a petrol-powered Volkswagen Amarok. Officially, it's called the Amarok 2.3 Panamericana 4Motion, and it's going on sale in South Africa in October 2025, pricing at just over 1 million. The biggest talking point, however, will be that engine. Now, if we go back a bit, remember that Ford and Volkswagen are working together on a number of projects, one of which is Amarok versus Ranger, as well as the electric cars. So you think of things like ID.5 and Ford Capri. It's all the same platform sharing. Now this 2.3 turbocharged 4-cylinder motor, many of you are going to go, oh, it's just the Ford Focus Ford EcoBoost motor from the Mustang. And to a degree, you are correct. Now it is upgraded for the 2025 model year. The numbers, let's talk about them. 222 kilowatts, 452 newton meters, 0 to 100 in 7.6 seconds. So pretty much the fastest Amarok you can get. Now it's even quicker than the big flagship 3-litre V6 turbo diesels. Now we haven't got final specifications and all the details yet, but if I look through here, it is Panamericana spec. Now if you go through the current Volkswagen Amarok hierarchy, Panamericana gives you all the necessary tech and style packs. It looks really awesome. I mean, the off-road, all-terrain tires, must-haves. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how much interest there is in this vehicle. Let's get on to the next story, and on your screen right now, BMW South Africa has created 2 tribute vehicles. If I go through the specs, these are the Homage Editions, which are a nod to the 325IS and 333i, and these are going to be extremely limited, just 33 units of each. So how did we get here? So BMW has taken an M240i xDrive. It's still got the 3-litre 6-cylinder, that's the 285 kilowatt 500 Newton B58. Chef's kiss engine, and to create the 325IS Homage, they've added a little body kit, a wing. I see there's heritage style wheels, and really cool touch, the armrest is covered in Ubicaro tartan, just like the old cars. Really rad. And then we get onto this absolute beaut. This is the BMW Triple 3i Homage, and that is based on the M2. Guys, look at it, Alpino wheels. Those things are worth their weight in gold. And unfortunately, they haven't touched the power. I mean, I think both of these engines are fine as they are. But as a reminder, the M2, 353 kilowatts, 600 newton meters. That's the 3-litre motor. You get quad exhaust pipes. This really cool body kit. There's bespoke aero. And again, you get the Ubicaro tartan trim on the armrest. Really, really awesome. Now, if you want one of these, let's look at the pricing. Well, the pricing starts at 1.4 million for the 325IS Homage, while the 333 goes for 1.9 million. There's a catch. These are the reserve prices. And yes, this is BMW South Africa with yet another auction. And now if I look at the fine print here, so the difference between final price and reserve price, that's going to be donated to charity. And remember, the BMW has done this before. Remember the M2 CS? Now guys, I'll be honest, I love the look of these, especially the BMW Triple 3i. Alpino wheels, man, so good. But I can't help feel a little bit cynical in that BMW South Africa is milking the nostalgia around the Gusheshe. Yes, everybody loves the 325IS and the Triple 3, but how many years has it been since we've had those cars? And now, remember the 330IS? I mean, guys, how much IS and Gusheshe stuff can we do in 2025? But I suppose the positives are it's for a good cause. The money goes to charity. And it'll be interesting to see how much these limited edition models will eventually go for. And in our final story for the week, we've got a race on our hands as Chery and Great Wall Motors, that's GWM, try to open an assembly plant in South Africa. And let's start with Chery. Chery's already negotiating with a number of OEMs, and it looks like their options are simple. Either they build a new factory from scratch, or they take over an existing OEM. Now, we recently had Tony Liu, who's the big boss man at Chery, and he chatted to us at NAMSA Auto Week, and there's a very interesting quote.
So we are in the discussions with some of the government officials to enabling the local supply chain as well, because once we have the factory here, I think we can bring a lot of supply here, and how to make them actually going to even supply the whole industry instead of only one OEM like ourselves.
My gut feel says that Nissan factory in Roslyn, which was already being earmarked for potential closure, that could be target number one for Chery to build its vehicles in South Africa. And then on the other hand, then we have Great Wall Motors, GWM, and they're bidding to build a brand new vehicle right here in South Africa. Officially, the product is called the EC-15. And again, at NAMSA Auto Week, we had Conrad Groenewald, who's the boss man at GWM SA, and he had this to say. We're looking at the continent of Africa. There's a new platform product that we've coded EC-15, and we're competing for the bid to produce that vehicle in South Africa, but we're bidding against North Africa and the south of Europe. Unfortunately, being at the tip of Africa, things are expensive, blah, blah, blah. But how cool is that? We could potentially be generating an all-new product, developing, building, for the world. That is really cool. So when it comes to both of these brands, we believe that feasibility studies are in an advanced stage and things are progressing nicely, albeit slowly, and we'll be on top of this and keep you updated as how things progress. And of course, we've got plenty of coverage coming from NAMSA Auto Week, and we've had both of those bosses plus many more industry players gracing our Cars.co.za podcast booth. So we'll be linking those on the channel very soon, and we'll have lots of articles to come. And that brings me to the end of this week's episode. If you've enjoyed the content, well, why not share it with your mates? I really appreciate the reach, engagement, and comments, and I try to reply to them where I can. And remember, guys, Cars.co.za, we're not just a YouTube channel. 85,000 vehicles for sale. Sedans, hatchbacks, double cabs, supercars, we have all of them. There really is a car for you, and you can put that lead in quicker than it's taken you to watch this video. I'll see you in the next episode. Okay, bye.
Hi, Yella. Cars.co.za here. Well, you might remember me from songs such as Cars.co.za. Well, Owens, I've gone corporate. After the bras at Cars.co.za heard my tune, they tuned me, I should tune you. Everything you need to know about what's happening here at the country's most licorious car marketplace. Whether you're hunting for a deal on a caravel or want to track your car's value, Carl and Cars.co.za have got your back. So buckle up, my friends. Cars.co.za is here to help you find what moves you. Cars.co.za, Cars.co.za, Cars.co.za.